I have never seen people live in so much of a fucking bubble as the goddamn FGC or Guilty Gear fanbase, because holy shit. Now, if you don't know what the hell is going on, basically there's been a whole days-long Twitter war between Guilty Gear and the entire, well, I shouldn't even say entire FGC, because some of these motherfuckers are really trying to justify their bullshit. But basically, it was a post on Twitter about fighting game Mount Rushmore between characters, and it was Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Ryu, and Chun-Li. And a bunch of FGC nerds and Guilty Gear fans pretty much decided to get mad and tried arguing that, oh, well, Guilty Gear should be on there, bro. Guilty Gear should be on there. It's way more influential and popular than Mortal Kombat. So they decided to start this days-long Twitter war, even trying to argue phrases like Dragon Install and that Soul Bad Guy are way more popular than fucking Scorpion and his catchphrase, "Get over here."
Oh, you're such a fucking retard!
This, to me, is basically them just admitting that, one, they live in a bubble, and two, they cannot handle the fact that their favorite character or characters are not that popular. I'm gonna pull up this superhero right here, The Question. I like The Question, okay? I like him as a superhero. However, if I were to go up to someone on the street and be like, hey, who is this guy? They wouldn't know who the fuck he is, because there are just way more popular characters. Same goes with this whole Guilty Gear thing. If I showed someone a picture of Soul Bad Guy on the street, they wouldn't know who he is. If I showed them Scorpion, they would know, because Scorpion's been around and is way more popular. There are two characters more popular than Soul in his own fucking series, and that's Baiken for reasons, and then Bridget because of that one weird debate that I do not care to get into, and quite frankly, I don't care about Guilty Gear enough to even really talk about this character or Baiken in detail. Soul isn't even the most popular in his own series, and no, the term Dragon Install is not that popular, bro. When you were a kid on elementary school playgrounds, you did not hear anybody say some Dragon Install shit. You probably heard someone say, "Get over here," more times than Dragon Install. This is what happens when you live in a bubble. So I'm just gonna give them a diagnosis of what I like to call bubble syndrome. It is essentially where you pretty much live in an entire bubble echo chamber of people who think like you and people who pretty much think, yeah, this thing is that, and you're only exposed to that kind of mindset that's in the bubble. You're only really exposed to life and or people or thoughts within that bubble, so when you're actually outside of it, you try to apply what you know from that bubble onto other things like real life, and it just doesn't work because not everyone is going to think like you or feel the same way as you, and this thing is a perfect example. Not everyone has played Guilty Gear, and Guilty Gear isn't simply as popular as Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or even Tekken. Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat have had many movies and hell, even some TV shows and other video games and all this other stuff based around them. They are super mega franchises by this point in time. Meanwhile, Guilty Gear can't even really touch anything. Guilty Gear doesn't even have its own movie. Like, it's okay to admit that Guilty Gear is simply not as popular as Mortal Kombat, regardless of your opinion on whether you think Guilty Gear or Mortal Kombat are good games or not. And again, I know these people live in a bubble and it's hard for them to admit it, but again, that's just how things work. Some things are going to be way more popular than others, regardless of your opinion on whether you like that thing or more. I like Bishop from X-Men, but is he more popular than Wolverine? Fuck no. Like, I'm sorry, man. That's just how it is. Again, regardless if you think Guilty Gear is better than MK or MK is better than Guilty Gear, it's pretty much just a fact that more people know Mortal Kombat's characters than Guilty Gear. Again, when all you do is live inside of a bubble and are never exposed to other ideas and or thought points, all you pretty much end up doing is just trying to regurgitate things from that bubble. Once you step outside of it, of course, you try to regurgitate its ideas and thought processes and all this other stuff, and you just end up looking like a delusional idiot. Again, TLDR, Mortal Kombat is more popular, it's had way more things made of it, and pretty much everyone knows, or at least can name like maybe 5 to 6 characters, maybe even 10 from that franchise just at the top of their heads. Meanwhile, with Guilty Gear, you can't really name like 5, maybe even 4 characters if you haven't even played the game. You would only know Guilty Gear's characters if you played the game or just saw, that kind of art on Twitter of Guilty Gear's characters because people really want to fuck them for some reason. But yeah, to end the video, Mortal Kombat's been way more popular and it will still be way more popular regardless of the quality of the series, and Guilty Gear will not really be more popular than, anyone from Mortal Kombat or just Mortal Kombat as a franchise. You need to stop living in a bubble, face facts, and just admit, hey, the thing I like isn't that popular as opposed to other things that people may or may not like.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.